Does evil come from within us or beyond? Nosferatu asks its audience to wrestle with this question through the experience of its protagonist, Ellen Hutter. The film answers in a two-part chilling way, offering lessons its viewers need to hear. Part 1. Evil from Beyond. On the surface, Nosferatu is a gothic horror film about a vampire. The gothic genre of the 1800s romanticized ancient vampire myths, blending the undead of Slavic lore, creatures who drain life from the living, with the seductive predatory nature of the succubus. In the film's opening, we meet Ellen, a young woman longing for someone or something to fill the void in her heart. Her call to the unknown is answered, but not as she had hoped. This is the first of the film's many warnings about dabbling with the supernatural. Like a child playing with a Ouija board, one cannot predict what might answer the invitation. Ellen's yearning attracts Nosferatu, a terrifying creature whose grotesque appearance mirrors the evil within him. Nosferatu is a demonic force, intent on corrupting what God created as good. He embodies pure malice, preying on Ellen's physical body and spiritual essence. By drinking her blood, the life force that God commanded humanity to treat as sacred, Nosferatu violates divine law. As Professor Albin von Franz explains, this creature is a force more powerful than evil. It desires to consume all life on Earth. Nosferatu's destructive nature becomes evident as he spreads disease, commits murder, and seeks to claim Ellen at any cost. His evil is total, aiming to dismantle life's fundamental building block, the family. By targeting husbands, wives, and children, Nosferatu desecrates the reflection of the Holy Trinity. Through Ellen's story, the film illustrates the dangers of inviting forces from the beyond into our lives, forces that seek to manipulate and destroy. Part 2. Evil Within. Ellen's profound loneliness stems from a fractured upbringing. Her mother's death and her father's emotional neglect left Ellen yearning for connection. Her call into the void reflects the vulnerability Nosferatu exploits. This leads to a more unsettling revelation. Ellen begins to question her own desires and the evil lurking within her heart. Nosferatu's presence awakens a primal longing in Ellen, one that society condemns. Her father threatens to institutionalize her rather than confront his own failures. Her husband dismisses her fears and silences her voice in his pursuit of wealth and status. Doctors attempt to medicate her, treating her desires as a disease to be suppressed. Here, Nosferatu shifts its focus inward, showing that the evil within humans is often ignored or buried. As the Gospel of Mark warns, "For from within, out of the heart of man, come evil thoughts, fornication, theft, murder, adultery, coveting, wickedness, deceit, envy, slander, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a man." Rather than guiding Ellen towards God's redemptive love, those around her suppress her struggles, allowing sin to fester. This unchecked darkness ultimately consumes Ellen, leading to her tragic demise. The film's final lesson is clear. Ignoring the evil within ourselves, or in others, allows it to grow unchecked, with devastating consequences. And while some may view her final sacrifice as a redemptive arc, she still gave in to the desires of her flesh, and died doing so. Horror excels as a genre for self-reflection because its monsters embody both external and internal threats. In Nosferatu, the titular character, the vampire, represents not only a demonic force seeking to damn souls, but also an allegory for predatory men who exploit the vulnerable. And there's many more dark meanings behind Nosferatu, as Thomas Thurgood points out on his YouTube channel. Go check it out. There's a lot of symbolism between Nosferatu and Jesus himself, even coming down to the film's release date, December 25th, Christmas Day. The film offers sobering lessons about succumbing to fleshly desires, the consequences of a community that shames rather than supports, and the dangers of ignoring warnings about evil, whether from a praying villager or a wife sensing something is wrong. In both its supernatural and allegorical elements, Nosferatu reminds us of the importance of vigilance. Whether faced with evil from within or beyond, we must turn to God for strength and heed the warnings around us. Thank you for joining the Minivan Movie Club on this journey.